You can become my supporter by clicking that jingly wingly join button. I will play Dead by Daylight with you, you will get an exclusive Discord role, and you will get to see some exclusive secret videos. Join now and satisfy your inner needs. Hello my friends, so the new killer, the Xenomorph, is finally out, and he is a really fun killer. In fact, I think that it's more fun to play with the Xenomorph than to play with your mom. You get the joke. Anyway, in this video I will give you 5 tips that you should know before you start playing with the Xenomorph. I played with this killer on the PTB a lot because I really liked this killer's power. Like, the entire tunnel system is amazing and it's something we have never seen in Dead by Daylight before. So even though I really like to critique Dead by Daylight killers and tell you how much every single killer sucks, I can't really say that Xenomorph sucks because I really liked this killer. I think that this video will be very helpful for many of you, so I hope you will like it. But before that, every time there's a new killer in Dead by Daylight, I make a video like this. I think that I've been making videos like this for multiple years now, so I think I deserve to have at least 2000 subscribers for that. And we only need like 60 subscribers to hit that beautiful number, so make sure to subscribe. Thank you very much for doing it. And by the way, don't forget to join my Discord server, because over there we talk a lot about vaginal penetration and occasionally we all masturbate together on my Discord server, so join it. The link is in the description down below. Anyway, keep in mind that these tips are not in any particular order, meaning that tip number 1 is not more important than tip number 5, for example. It's very important to understand that you got an advantage in the early game. Let me explain this. So there are a bunch of control stations scattered all around the map. These control stations, they lead you to the tunnel, right? So basically you can teleport from one control station to the next one. Now usually from what I have seen, you spawn very close to a control station. So as soon as the game begins, you can enter those tunnels and crawl to the next control station. This makes Xenomorph probably one of the fastest killers in the game, who can travel all across the map in the early game without having any trouble to do so. This makes perks like Lethal Pursuer extremely good on this killer. Now I'm not saying that you have to take this perk, but if you do take Lethal Pursuer for the Xenomorph, then when the match begins you will see every single survivor, and whichever survivor is closest to the control station, you can just crawl from under the tunnels and easily start the first chase, which makes you dominate the early game and it will help you to win your game. Now for the second tip, I'm not sure if this is intentional or if this is a bug. It might have been already fixed, I'm not sure, but I haven't tested this killer on the live server yet, so I'm still gonna include this tip. Don't rush to attack turrets after coming out of the tunnel. When you come out of the tunnel, every turret on the map deactivates for like a second or two, and when they are deactivated, you cannot destroy them. You have to wait until they reactivate. And to me this sounds stupid because there is literally an add-on for the Xenomorph in the game which makes you able to see where those turrets are when you are in the tunnel. So what's the point of this add-on if you cannot destroy those turrets immediately after coming out of the tunnel? Swing across pallets while in runner mode. You can get survivors by doing so, and you might be afraid that you will miss the shot, but most likely if the survivor is extremely close to you and you know that that survivor is about to drop the pallet, you just get away so you don't get stunned, and as soon as the survivor drops the pallet, just risk it and swing across the pallet. Most likely you will hit that survivor. And from survivor's perspective, it's scary to go against the Xenomorph when he is in a runner's mode, because first of all, the runner's mode makes this killer pretty sneaky, and second of all, even if you approach the pallet, the Xenomorph can literally shoot through the pallet literally while you are dropping it, similarly to Nemesis. Now this is probably the most basic and simple tip that I got to give you, but ignore the yellow projectile. I absolutely love this killer, but this is probably the most annoying thing to me about the new killer, and it's that whenever you shoot out of your tail, there's this yellow projectile coming out of your tail, which looks cool, sure, but you would think that this yellow projectile should penetrate survivor This sounds kind of funny. Penetrate. You get what I mean? I like to penetrate women. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's go back to the video. So, you would think that this yellow projectile would penetrate the survivor and then hit that survivor, but no, actually most of the time this yellow projectile just goes through survivor and it won't affect the survivor in any way. And you will be like, what the fuck, I just shot this survivor. I could even see this yellow projectile hitting the survivor, yet the survivor is still healthy and everything is alright. Like, how is this possible? But I think that you should treat your tail more like a spear than a gun, and that will make you a much better player. And the final tip is prioritize destroying the turrets over chasing healthy survivors. Now this is kind of self-explanatory, but turrets are your biggest enemies, besides the survivors of course, but survivors cannot fight you in this game, while turrets can. And it's very annoying when turrets slow you down. Only just that alone should make you want to destroy all of them, but not to mention that these turrets are responsible for you not being able to get into the runner's mode, which makes you much stronger. And chasing healthy survivors when there are a bunch of turrets around and thinking about how the fuck do I get through these turrets without destroying them, you know, just don't think about that. Go and destroy them. Even if you lose that survivor, at least these survivors will have to work again to place those turrets, and it will take them a shitload of time to place those turrets, because keep in mind, when a survivor picks up a new turret from the control station, first of all, it takes a shitload of time to get that turret out of the control station. Second of all, when the survivor picks up that turret, that survivor cannot run with that turret in their hands, and it takes a few milliseconds for them to drop that turret, so they are extremely vulnerable when they have turrets in their hands. So they will have to decide as fast as possible where the fuck do they want to place those turrets. Survivors are extremely happy when the turrets are already placed, but make them unhappy. Destroy those turrets instead of just chasing them pointlessly and risking your chase getting destroyed by the turrets. Destroy turrets first of all, get into chases second of all, except if the survivor is injured and if you are like sure that you can get that survivor, then you can ignore the turrets. But anyway, these were 5 tips for the Xenomorph. I'm gonna go and play this killer right now. Please subscribe for more Dead by Daylight video, join my Discord server, and I will see you later. Bye!